Aloha friends! Today we are going to work on segmenting and then writing a sentence. So segmenting is stretching our words. So let's look at this example. I have some sound boxes, and sound boxes help us to know how many sounds are in the words. So our first word that we're going to stretch is the word vet. And this is a picture of a vet. So would you please join me in putting your hands together? Let's see how many sounds there are. When I count, there are 1, 2, 3 sounds in vet. So hands together, let's stretch. What's the first sound you hear in vet? The letter that makes that sound is V. So if we were writing the word, we would write the letter V. All right, let's go again. What sound do you hear? E makes the F sound. Good job. And the last sound, letter T would go in that spot. All right, I want you to try this next one. The word is pit, and this is a cherry, and inside of a cherry is a seed, and that seed is called a pit. So there are 3 sounds. Can you stretch it for me? Let's check it. It. Let's see if we can name the letters. What letter? P. I. What letter says I? I. It. What says T? That's how you would spell the word pit. All right, our last one. I want you to segment it on your own. This is a sub. So tell me the sounds in the word sub. There's 3 sounds. What are the sounds? Let's check it. S, b. There are 3 sounds. B. Sometimes it's easier for you to see the word and then say the sounds. But if you don't have it and you're just listening with your ears, there are 3 sounds in sub. S, b. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we need to think about what we're going to write. Well, today we're going to be writing about if you found a 4-leaf clover, what would you wish for? So the first thing we need to do is we need to think about what we are going to wish for. So I'm going to do the writing activity, but I want you to think about it. And after we think about it, we're actually going to draw a picture. Drawing a picture makes it easier because we can look at our picture and it can help us. And then we're going to do some writing. So before we move on, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is what I would wish for. Can you tell by my picture? Maybe not. But I would wish for a pool. So you might wish for something different. So the next thing we're going to do is let's talk about what we need when we're writing. So when we're writing, we need to use a capital letter. That means the first letter we write needs to be in uppercase. We need to remember our 2 finger spaces, and then we need to have punctuation at the end. So it can either be a period or an exclamation point. We wouldn't use the question mark today because we're not asking a question. We're telling something. So let's keep those in mind and let's get writing. I'm going to do the example of what I wish for, and I wish for a pool, but you're going to do something different than Miss Farrell. So let's get writing. And I am going to get in a good writing position. That means I'm going to pinch and squeeze. I'm using a marker just so you can see it, but I suggest using a pencil because if you make a mistake, you can erase it. All right, so we are going to start at the beginning of our paper. And our first checklist item is to start with a capital letter. And I'm going to start with the capital letter I because that is the first word of our sentence. So the next thing that they said is we need 2 finger space. So remember, you can put 2 fingers down or the trick of putting a crayon down or something like that just to leave a space if it's too hard for you. So I'm going to do the crayon trick for this next one. All right, so I'm going to say want because if I were to wish for something, I want a pool. So what is the first sound you hear in the word want? W, w, w. Did you say the letter W for w, w, w? Good job. Now, if that's all that you hear, that's totally fine. You can stretch the word and see if you can get maybe like an ending sound. Let's try and get one more sound. We won't write the whole word, but let's just get one more sound. So I want. You can try the strategy of saying the word slow to see if you hear something else. So I'm going to say the word slow and see if you can hear something else in that word. Want. I was hearing a t at the end, so I'm going to go ahead and just write that t, t, t. You maybe heard something different. There's lots of other letters we could have written, but I'm going to just at least try and get 2. That's my goal now, all by myself without anyone helping me. All right, so I'm going to do the crayon trick again for my 2-finger space, and let's go back and make sure we have I want a. Now, this A is going to be lowercase because we are not at the very beginning of our sentence. So, let's read. I want a, what did I draw a picture of? I drew a picture of a pool. So, let's say the word again and see if we can pause on that first sound. Pool. What's the first sound in pool? P, p, p. Notice I'm using neat, nice handwriting. My letter P goes way down to that worm line. So slow, careful work. Ooh. I haven't really learned what ooh says. So I'm going to skip that middle sound. Let's see if we can hear the ending sound in the word pool. Pool. Ooh, ooh. Do you know what says ooh? The letter L. Now I'm almost finished with my writing. I'm at the end of my sentence. So what do I need to do? I need punctuation. That's right. I need to decide if I want a period. And my sentence would read, I want a pool. Or if I'm really excited, which I'm really excited, I really want one, I'm going to give myself an exclamation point. You can choose a period or an exclamation point. So listen to how this reads. I want a pool. Now let's go back and check to see if we were able to get all of our checklist items. So we said, I can use a capital letter. So did we use a capital letter in our writing? Let's take a peek. I'm going to hold the writing up right here so we can compare. Did we start with a capital letter? We did. We got our first star. Our smiley face, I should say. All right, did we use 2-finger space in between the words? Not this one because that's one word, but in between our words. Yes, we got our second smiley face. All right, the last one says, I can use ending punctuation. And so I use the exclamation point. You might be using a period instead. So we got our third smiley face. Well, friends, that is all for today. I hope that you had fun. And here is our little leprechaun to do the Irish jig for us because we did such a good job working. Thank you, friends, and have a great day. I hope your writing turns out 2 thumbs up. Bye, friends.